Vlog time. How's it feel to be back in the gym? You ready for some gains? I don't think you're ready for the gains. Huh? I'm ready for all my gains. I've been waiting for them. I'm deserving of them. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Look at those gains. Very good.
What is up? Happy Wednesday. What is up? Happy Wednesday. Ignore my background here because it's like super messy. I have not cleaned yet today. Yeah, ignore my background. It's super messy. I have just been lazy. Me and Ida have been working on a bunch of stuff. She's been working on her school, her English speaking school, and she's a teacher, so she's been working on that stuff for the classroom. I've been working on Productivity Accelerator, editing a bunch of videos and doing some other stuff, and working on my comic book, which I'll talk about maybe in a future video at some point. But yeah, it's been busy and we have not cleaned, so I'm gonna try my best not to show the rest of the apartment because it's very messy, and I'm not trying to roll like that publicly on camera. But just chilling, sitting here, eating some eggs, trying to get that protein in early in the morning on a Wednesday. Trying to, still in my cut phase. This is sort of the first week that we're kind of getting into this transformation phase. I guess you can call it that. It's been pretty good so far. I'll say that much. I know there's going to be some hurdles, and I know that within the next probably couple of days, or at least the next week or so, it's going to be a challenge to maintain the habits that we're trying to build up, and it's going to be a challenge to kind of stay consistent when it comes to this routine. But that's why we're vlogging. That's kind of the purpose of this challenge, is to kind of keep us accountable. It's to make sure that we stay as consistent as possible to get the results we want. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So as far as what I'm working on, Ida's not here right now. She's at school. I'm staying behind. I'm gonna get to work soon, but I'm kind of just taking my time and just dilly-dallying. I just got back from the gym, and wanted to kind of shoot a little bit of content, talk to you guys. But yeah, the thing that's on the agenda for me, and the thing that I've been working on a lot, is just Productivity Accelerator. Productivity Accelerator and my comic, those have been like the main two projects I've been working on. As far as Productivity Accelerator, what I'm planning on doing is just hardcore marketing. My goal for last quarter was to get five new consistent clients. And when I say consistent clients, basically I mean that they have to go through a 3-month period without canceling the program. I did not achieve that goal. I'll be truly honest with you. I did not achieve that goal, which is fine. I didn't think I'd achieve that goal. I know lately I increased the price point. Before, when I first launched Productivity Accelerator, it was $0 because I wanted to test it out and do like a trial and error period, figure out what worked, what didn't work, how I can manipulate it, and how I could kind of manipulate's not the best word. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Like, alter the program enough so that way people get as much value as possible, as quickly as possible, but at a price that I thought was affordable and realistic for a lot of people. And basically, that worked pretty well. We got a bunch of people that joined, but then I moved up to $50. And once I got to $50, you started to see some trickle down. When it was $0, the issue I saw there was that people were interested in the idea of it, but they weren't committed to actually working on the things I'd suggest they work on in order to get the goals that they had, which is the case with everything. It's the case with fitness, money, whatever, relationships. In my personal opinion, people just talk a big game. People say they want things, and then when it comes time to actually challenge them to get the things they want, they run from it because it requires effort. All the good things in life require effort. I made videos about this before in the past, but I think humans, what we want is like a quick fix, like a quick solution. Like, we want Ozempic to lose weight. We want some kind of like pickup line to get girls quickly. We want to be able to buy an outfit to be more high status looking to a bunch of people. We want the fancy car because we think it'll get us validation from everybody. We want these quick hacks that'll get us from point A to point B as quickly as possible with no effort on our part besides maybe spending a little bit of money. And I said this before, that does not exist. It doesn't exist. You can't buy a car to get people's validation. People just don't care. Some people care, but not the right people care. There's no pickup line that'll get you the girl you want. It just doesn't work. Anything that you say out of your mouth to get girls, or reverse, if you're a girl trying to get guys, requires effort. It's just the way it is. There's no pill that's going to magically get you into fantastic shape. Yeah, there's Ozempic, and Ozempic can help you lose weight, but it doesn't make you look good. I'm going to be brutally honest about that. I think some people probably fight me in the comments about that, but the people you see who are on Ozempic, when they lose weight so fast, they do not look good. They look thin, don't get me wrong. If you go from like 400 pounds to like 120 pounds, you look thin. You won't look good because it's too fast and you didn't do the correct work to kind of build muscle, which is the thing that actually looks better. The muscle is what looks better. That's the thing that makes you look toned. For a lot of the ladies that say they want to look toned, that's what makes you look toned, muscle. If you just burn fat and you don't build muscle, you won't look good. You'll kind of look flabby. Your skin won't look like tight. So basically the point I'm making, there's no quick fixes. And Productivity Accelerator, we do not sell a quick fix. We sell a solution and we sell a system that'll pretty much guarantee you get to what you want, but you got to put in the effort, which is why a lot of people dropped off when it was free, because it's free, so there's no commitment on their part, and they can kind of dilly-dally and dick around with it, but there's no real urge to get stuff done. So then at 50, people started getting more stuff done. But the problem with 50 is that, in my personal opinion, I'm attracting people who care about their time and they care about success, but they don't care about it that much. They care about it a little bit, but not a lot. And they care about it enough to do the initial steps, but then when it comes time to get charged every month, because that's how we charge monthly, they drop out. My hand is getting like tired from holding this phone. They would drop out. And so of course for a business, that's a big problem. And so kind of had issues with that. Eventually, I kind of talked to some friends, talked to some people, and they were like, the price is too cheap. It's $50, so you're attracting $50 a month people. And I thought to myself, and I was like, that's a good point. Like, if I sell my services, and it's time, to me, like, time is one of those things where I know people will disagree. I think there's almost no price you can really put on it that's not justifiable, because time is so valuable that, like, any amount of time you can save somebody is going to be as valuable as that person perceives it. Does that make sense? Like, if you're Jeff Bezos and you're a billionaire, a couple seconds of your time is like worth $1,000. So if I said to Jeff Bezos, yeah, I'll charge you like $500 a month to save you 7 hours of your day and make sure you get all the most important stuff done, like, efficiently, he'd probably be like, that's a fucking good deal. Like, that's a fantastic deal. Like, $500 a month, you can do the math on like 500 divided by 30 and then base it on the hour. 500, I guess, divided by 30, then divided by 24. It's gonna be less than 1,000. I know that much. So he's probably like, oh, a second of my time is like $1,000. So me saving all this money for you to help me make sure my time is on point and make sure my goals are, working, is very worthwhile to me. So it'll range based on who you're talking to and the individual. But 50 people are saying, like, they were like, that's too low for saving someone time, because they're gonna perceive the service as low quality if the price is that low. So bump it up. So I bumped up to 250, and then 250 is kind of where I'm at. I got a few people on the 250 tier, but the issue I've been having lately is that I'll get interest, but I won't get people to buy. And I feel like it's because of that price point. I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think for a lot of people, they just can't afford it, which I think is totally fine. And if I'm being brutally honest, I don't want them. If you can't afford it, I have lots of free stuff. Check the free stuff out. I do not want you if you can't afford it. I'm not one of those companies that'll be like, you should take out a loan to buy my stuff. I hate that. I think if you're, full disclosure, I think if you encounter companies or services that require you to take out loans, I think you should be very careful about participating with that service or buying whatever that company's selling. From personal experience, I tend to find that if a company is trying to get you to take out a loan to buy their service or buy their product, it's probably not the best service or product. It's probably not that worthwhile. Outside of like a few things, like a car, maybe a car, and that's debatable. And maybe real estate, again, debatable. Outside of things like that, don't take out loans to buy stuff, products or services, including mine. So yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to like reach out to people who have money to spend, who value their time, which is going to be like a 1% group of people. It's not going to be everybody. It's not going to be most people. And that's perfectly fine, because I want the best of the best to be my clients, because I think what I'm offering people is the best of the best. So that's kind of my my thought process. But that's what I'm working on now. Later on today or tomorrow, I had these postcards created. I think I have like 500 postcards that I created. Usually every quarter I send out a bunch of postcards, different individuals and different companies that I think would benefit from my service. And that's going to be kind of the game plan for this week, because those take a while, the postcards, because you got to put, I handwrite like all the names. Maybe I should stop doing that. I feel like handwriting is more personal, but it would be more efficient to put a sticker, like put a sticker with all their addresses on it. That'd be so much faster. And then I put stamps on all of them. Stamps don't take too much time. It's just costly. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. The postcards for 500 cost me about $100. And I think stamps, once I get all the stamps for all 500 postcards, that might be anywhere from $100 to $200, not that much. $300 for the cards and stamps. Then you factor in like just the time it takes for me to do it. Right now, an hour of my time is about $75, I would calculate. So let's say not even 150, because it's gonna take me more than 2 hours to do all this. Let's say it'll take me about 5 hours-ish to do all this, maybe, probably more, but let's just say 5 hours to keep it on the safe side. So what would that be? 300 plus 75, 375 plus the 200, 575. It cost me $575 to print all these postcards out and then send them out. Rough estimate, probably a bit more, but we'll reduce it and give that as a rough estimate. I think it's worth it, because if I get I have to get 2 or 3 clients to justify that cost. And since it's recurring, it'll make up for it anyway. That's the way I see it, but this has kind of been like the business part of the vlog. Might be a little bit boring. So this is kind of the plan right now for Productivity Accelerator. We'll see how it turns out. I'll keep you guys updated on my business stuff, my health stuff, and my finance stuff, relationship stuff, all that good stuff. And I'm trying to get Ida on here. She gets shy sometimes, but I'm trying to get her to like vlog too with me, so that way she can give her take on her business, what's been going on with what she's been working on, her kind of role as a teacher at her school, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm done right now. My arms are getting tired. The camera's getting shaky. I'm sure you can tell. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Bye.